Namaskar. I'm Dr. Nalini Avinash Wagmare, working as an associate professor at the Maharashtra Vidyapeeth. Today's our topic is related to Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte and his works. Auguste Comte was not only a historian but also a philosopher of history. He occupies a significant place in French historiography. He is the father of the basic social science and sociology. Early life of Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte was born on 19 January 1798. He joined École Polytechnique in Paris, which was then considered to be a center of political liberalism and progressive thought throughout France. In 1826, he started propagating his ideas with the help of lectures. In 1832, he joined École Polytechnique as teacher and continued on that position for about 10 years. He had to leave it in 1842. He died in Paris on 5th September 1857. His works, A Plan for the Scientific Works Necessary to Recognize Society, Courses of Positive Philosophy, System of Positive Police, Influence on Comte. Auguste Comte was an eminent historian, but in shaping his views, Saint-Simon, a radical, contributed significantly. He helped in shaping his ideas. The saint believed, and with him, Comte also, that political phenomena are capable of being proved under laws and that aim of the philosophy should be social development. Comte also influenced by Fourier, who gave him the idea of social sciences. He also drew from the works of Aristotle, Hume, and Kant. His main ideas. He believed in the concept of law of three stages, namely intellectual development, classification of the sciences, and synthesis of the system of positive philosophy. He wanted to keep social phenomena away from theology on the hand and metaphysics on the other, scientific knowledge. His main ideas. He has also given the idea of stages through which making metaphysical and scientific during the first stage religion, the second metaphysical and during the third scientific knowledge prevail. He has also said that each society also has three stages. First being Oriental, in which religion prevailed. Second being metaphysical, in which laws and assumption dominated. And third one is present industrial stage, in which stresses to liberty and critical outlook. In it, stress is on industrial growth, analytical outlook, and data collection. Being a positivist thinker whom tried to emancipate history from religion and metaphysics and insisted that it must have its own laws. He stressed on positive and scientific methods for the study of history. He rejected the tendency of specialization in which true events are neglected and hence confusion is created. To control and predict the future course of action is not possible without the proper understanding of law. Another notable contribution of Comte was the extension of the idea of environment, miles or environment, which was taken from physical sciences. Then Comte positive philosophy. The main contribution of Comte's positive philosophy fall into five parts. The adaptation of positive or the scientific method to history, the law of the three stages of intellectual development, the classification of the sciences, the conception of the philosophy of each of the sciences prior to sociology, and the synthesis of system of positive philosophy. Positive philosophy emerged from his historical study of the progress of the human mind, which passed through three stages, namely theological, metaphysical, and scientific. Then Comte's views about sociology. He laid the basis for social history through his emphasis on the social conditioning of human actions and motives. He greatly stimulated the search for possible laws and stages of historical development. His main philosophy centers on the idea nature becomes conscious of itself in man. Thus, man sums up in himself all the laws of the world. One who has understood this subjective synthesis will also understand its objective synthesis. With regard to history, Comte said, The prevailing tendency to specialization in study would reduce history to a mere accumulation of unconnected delineations, in which all ideas of the true relations of events would be lost amid the mass of confused descriptions. If the historical comparison of different periods of civilization are to have any scientific character, they must be referred to the general social evolution. Then assessment of his work. Comte was undoubtedly a great scholar, historian, and philosopher. He rightly states that knowledge in various sciences is ununiform. He has given new approach to the study of history of developing the idea of stages of growth of mankind and society. He developed a new science of the most important subjects of study in social sciences. He laid stress on the systematic study of human history into a body of one knowledge. He wanted to organize society on rational basis. Then criticism. J.S. Mill took serious objection to Comte's omission of psychology as a science. Comte has not indicated how we can be sure that the positive stage is the final one. The application of the positive method to human phenomena is not convincing as the historical laws are the quite different from those of natural or physical sciences. Sociology of history is not the final science of humanity. For without ethics, man will not have the final cause to motivate all his progressive and cultivate activities. Some of his views are also questionable. For example, that Protestantism was anti-scientific and the Catholicism was a non-aggressive religion. Then in conclusion, we can say that historians felt the impulse of his work both because he demonstrated the methodological importance of history in the discovery of social laws and because he emphasized the variety of phenomena into which it must penetrate to enter into Comte's purpose was the study and understanding of what he called social physics. Comte wanted to introduce into the study of history the same scientific observation which prevail in chemistry, physics, and philosophy way. So scientific method of study history is important, stated by the Auguste Comte. So these are the reference books you can refer for more details. So here very briefly highlighted the Auguste Comte's contribution to history.